Afternoon, traders and students all around the world. This is FXPassion broadcasting you live on YouTube, and this is Forex Trading Course 101. Happy Friday, everybody. What we are trying to do here is build the three pillars. Pillar number one is the strategy and or the system. Pillar number two is we are trying to understand how risk management works. And the big one, pillar number three, the psychology part. And what do champion beginner traders say? Champion beginner traders say, I am not going to live and die on a trade by trade basis. Okay? Hello Akos, hello Miguel, hello Giuseppe. Happy Friday, everybody. And if this is your first time, everybody, we are in the intermediate module. Okay, so if this is your first time, please go back to the Ducascopy YouTube webinar page and start to watch the basic module. Lesson number one, what is market structure? Okay, you cannot understand, everybody, what we are doing and why we are doing it in the way that we are doing it without this previous knowledge. Make sense? Hola, patron. You are the patron, Zoelius. Guys, believe me, if I would be the boss, your life and my life would be much easier, you know. And my quote on the left, when the market scares the hell out of you, like today, it was news day, it still is, you know. The news announcements have the duration of 7 hours, maximum. Right? So when the market scares you, don't be afraid to do the right thing. Everybody, did anybody straddle today? Did anybody trade the news? With the simple straddle, simple news trading strategy? Or maybe an advanced trading strategy? There are some pretty great trends developing today, everybody. You know, you just need to choose your pick. What do you want to try? But there are many trends, you know, markets are trending again. So those are easy pips, right? On the other side, everybody remember 90% of traders lose money in the Forex market worldwide. And the webinars are not trading or investment advice. The webinars are for the educational purposes only. And for homeworks or questions, you have my Gmail contact, my Skype contact, my LinkedIn contact. No, I was sleeping. Oh, sure, no problem, no. Okay, everybody, so today the title is The Crown, right? So let's jump into the markets. Let's jump, so this is from the news trading, you know, advanced news trading strategy, common straddle, and today we have the crown, right? The crown and EuroCAD would be a nice example. EuroCAD. Okay, now what is the crown, everybody? What is the crown? So what is an old pattern that we all know, right? It's the head and shoulders pattern, you know, head and shoulders, you know, this is a pattern. Now what is a crown? A crown is an advanced pattern. Okay, it's an advanced pattern. And let me see if we have head and shoulders. Great. Oh, we have the head and shoulders, so we can draw it here. Head and shoulders, maybe left shoulder, head, you know, and the right shoulder, right? Something like this. Miguel says, I analyzed the market, but at the end I did not enter. No problem, guys. Do what you understand, what you feel comfortable with, you know. Okay, so what is a crown? A crown is an advanced pattern I think that, I'm not sure about this, but I think that the trader is Jared Martinez, who invented the crown. Okay, and what's the difference between the head and shoulders and the crown? Well, head and shoulders have the points in the same area. Okay, now the crown, it must have a lower low as a reversal, okay, or we have also inverse or reverse. We have inversed head and shoulders, you know, so an inversed head and shoulder would be like this, you know, something like this, and an inverted crown would be something, I need to push up the picture, would be something like this, you know, and this makes all the difference in the world when you trade. Okay, can you see, everybody, that there is quite, those patterns are quite different? Can you see? And crown is an advanced pattern. What does this mean? It's better. Passion, can I trade head and shoulder? You can trade anything you want, you know, but the crown, talking about reversals, you know, this is a reversal pattern. Talking about crowns, it's a reversal pattern, okay, and talking about reversals, crown is better. Why is that? Well, the logic is the crown must have a lower low to signal you a reversal, or it must have a higher high. Okay, let's put this, let's make it like this. So you have a crown and crown reversal. Okay, so as you can see, you have a lower low, and when does this happen? You know, it breaks a trend line. When this happens, it breaks a trend line. Make sense? You know, so head and shoulder, even though there is no right or wrong, head and shoulder it's going to lose compared to the crown, because even though you have maybe a trend line break, but you don't have a lower low. You know, we don't have a lower low. What does this mean? This means that when we learned about how to conform a trend, what's the rule, everybody? What is the rule when you are conforming a trend? You know, how do you know that a trend is conformed? What's the rule? Does anybody know? Let's make a poll, everybody. What's the rule when you conform a trend, you know? And everybody, just give me a second. 875, 875, 875. We have heavy trading today. I need to adjust my positions. 875, 875, 875, 875, 875, 875. So what are the rules, everybody? Why the crown wins compared to normal head and shoulders? 1, 2, 3, 4. Time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, nice. Okay, everybody, just give me a second. Okay. Just give me a second, everybody. I need to adjust some positions. Okay, and okay. There we go. Ready, back to class. Sorry about this. And Miguel says yes, it makes sense. Hello, king of swing. And Zueli says higher high, higher low, 2 higher highs, 2 higher lows. Yes, exactly, everybody. So now you understand why the crown wins, right? Okay, so crowns, let's write this down. Okay, so crowns are reversal patterns, okay, that you can find anywhere and everywhere. Okay, now what are the important reversals? You know, hello Annie, how are you? Because it might break structure also. Yes sir. So this could be, everybody, an uptrend. Okay, this could be an uptrend, and this could be market structure, this could be the short-term trend. Okay, so let's write this down. We find them on structure, short-term and long-term trends, market wave, Fibonacci sequence, just to name a few. Okay, crowns are reversal patterns. Okay, and we find them on structure, we find them on short-term and long-term trends, we find them on the market wave, meaning extension, retracement, extension, and we find them on the Fibonacci sequence. Okay, everybody? And how they're going to appear? They're going to appear, let's change the color here, they're going to appear like this. So let's talk about structure first, because we're going to see EuroCAD is a great example. So every time structure is going to change, a crown or a crown reversal is going to appear. Okay, so when you are going to see, and we learned about this in the very beginnings, you know, talking about how do we know when it's end of the retracement, how do we know that it's end of an extension, how do we know, you know? So a crown is going to appear, you know, and we learned that we are going to see that an extension, or when the retracement is over, we are going to see a change in the short-term trend. Make sense, everybody? Make sense? So when we learned, if you recall, everybody, when we were learning structure and when we were learning the market wave like this, and we were talking about how do we know that we are in an extension, and how do we know that we are in a retracement, and how do we know that the retracement is over, and we've been telling you that you are going to see a change in the short-term trend. Now we are moving forward, we are trying to improve the knowledge that we have. So when a crown appears, this is a signal that may, you know, crowns, as everybody else, crowns are not guaranteed. You know, we have also false crowns. Okay, and it says yes, we have also false crowns, but crowns are signals, are patterns, are reversal patterns that are signaling us that the market is ready to shift. Okay, so you're going to find crowns on structure, short-term trend, long-term trend, market wave, and the Fibonacci sequence. So if this is true, we go on EURD-CAD weekly chart, okay, and if we compress the chart, so this would be the long-term uptrend line, right? And we can draw structure, you know, or market wave, it doesn't matter, you know, so extension, retracement, extension, retracement, extension, retracement, okay? So if this is true, let's change transparency, maybe not this one. So if this is true, everybody, then we should see a crown in here, 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 and we should see a crown in here, and we should see a crown in here. Agreed? Make sense, everybody? Does this make sense, everybody? Makes sense, right? Okay, great, perfect. Any questions so far? Okay, so we are going to check the weekly chart, and then we are going to check the daily chart, okay? And we are going to show you the different market behavior. So structure, we are going to show you the short-term trend, market wave, and the Fibonacci sequence, okay? So let's start with structure, okay? Let's see if we have a crown, you know, okay? Now, how a crown is formed is, crown is forming like this. So the market is moving down, making lower lows, lower highs, lower low, lower highs, and then it must make a first higher high, and we call this is the left tip, okay? This is the left tip of the crown. Then this is the center tip of the crown. Let's change colors. And then finally, when the market changes direction, then we have the right tip, and this is where we enter into the market. If you want to trade, everybody, this is where we enter the market trading, okay? So yes, a crown is also a pattern that you can trade, but remember, as we learned with the strategies, every pattern has its own rules: entry rules, trade management rules, exit rules, okay? So, and this is a crown reversal, so we have the, what it's called the left tip, okay, is this one. Now the center tip, it must be lower, right, to make a center. So center tip must be the lowest point, the lowest point before the higher high, okay? And then we have the right tip of the crown, which is the green right tip of the crown, okay? So we have the left tip, center tip must be the lowest point before the higher high. So this is a rule of the crown, okay? And it goes exactly the same way, you know, when so this is a crown reversal and this is a crown, okay? The same rules apply. So the market was moving, right? So on the weekly chart, this would look something like this. So low, so this would be the left tip, okay? Now this would be the center tip, which is the lowest low, and this one, this is the first higher high, Can you see, everybody, that the market made a higher high here? Passion, I cannot see. Okay. Can you see, everybody, that the high on the right is higher than the high on the left? So we do have the left tip. Let's make it bolder. We have the center tip with a higher high, right? So this is the rule, it must be a higher high. Let's make it bolder. Can you see, everybody? If I am going too fast, everybody, please tell me, okay? Tell me, Passion, slow down. You are going too fast, slow down. Okay? No problem, everyone, just tell me. Can you see that the market made a higher high? And I have a question on the other streaming platform, you know, how do we know which high we should choose? It's a great question, you know, great question. And the answer is, what do you think? How do you know before there are so many highs and lows, you know, how do you know that you should, which one to choose? And the answer is, it's not that complicated, everybody. It depends on, so talking about the trend, you know, you have all this kind of highs and lows, you know. Now you should choose the relevant one, the relevant ones, you know. Okay, so what are the relevant ones? The relevant ones are the borders between, talking about the market wave, you know. So this is how you should choose, you know, you should connect those. Okay, I mean, those are concepts, everybody. You can also choose to trade, if you want, a smaller crown, you know. And this is why we are teaching you that you are going to find crowns on structure, you are going to find crown on the short-term trend and long-term trend, and you are going to find crowns on the market wave. Not going too fast, maybe a bit slow. Okay, great. Thank you for the feedback. And you are going to find crowns on the Fibonacci sequence. So those are different patterns, everybody. Okay, it's a great question. So which crown should you trade? The one that you chose the pattern. So you have a smaller crown and you have a bigger crown. What's the difference between those two, everybody? Let's see how much did you learn until now. What's the difference, everybody, between the smaller crown, which is the yellow, and the bigger crown, which is the red? What's the difference? How do you know what is what? Miguel says the high after the center tip. You have two examples, and we learned about this, everybody. So this is why I'm telling you, if you don't quite understand, please go back to Ducascopy YouTube webinar page and start to watch the lessons, because we learned in the lesson called Trends Inside Trends. Okay, how do you know? You have two crowns, crown reversals. You have the smaller one, which is yellow, and you have the bigger one, which is the red. Which one should you choose, or which one should you trade, or which one should you listen to? What do you think? There is no right or wrong. Each pattern has its own rules. Yes, sir. So which one would you choose, King of Swing, the yellow or the red, and why? Now the question is, Are those crowns exactly the same, or one is better, the other is worse, or how does this work? Now this is theory. Here you have the market, and talking about the market, you have, let me check. So this would be the biggest one, the relevant one. Okay, why not the yellow one? Didn't the market changed patterns? I mean, changed direction with the yellow one also? To use crowns, everybody, you must be skilled. You must learn trends inside trends. Okay? If you didn't learn trends inside trends, meaning if you didn't learn how to separate the short-term trend from the market wave, which is the relevant highs and lows, then you are going to have a difficult time to, maybe not to spot, you know, it's not that difficult, it's nothing special in the end, but you are going to have a difficult time trading, you know, the crowns. The red one is much more established. Maybe yes, maybe not, you know. We don't have the crystal ball. The biggest one has more chance to represent a reversal pattern. Yes. So all of you are right, everybody, okay? But the question is, can I trade the yellow one? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Just be aware that you are trading two different patterns. If you are going to trade, everybody, the yellow one, you would trade the short-term trend, and if you would trade it or enter the market with the red one, you would trade the or market structure or the market wave. Anyway, you would trade the relevant highs and lows. Does this make sense to you? Red is also structured, others are short-term. Yes, sir. Does this make sense to you? Can you understand this, everybody? I mean everybody, not just Miguel and King of Swing and Zuelius and Akos. Everybody that is online right now. Do you understand this? You can trade the yellow one, yes sir, but just be aware that you are trading different patterns. So with the yellow one, you would have traded the short-term trend. With the red one, you would have traded the relevant highs and lows, market wave, market structure. Okay? Great. Now, how this translates into a chart. So, we have this big crown, right? On the weekly chart. And we are just going to jump from the weekly. We are going to stay at the same area, but we are going just to go from the weekly to the monthly, okay? So I'm going to delete the crown from the weekly, okay? And I'm going to delete this, delete most of the things. Now I'm going to go just from the monthly to the daily. Same circle here, okay? Now, of course, you don't know with why and when and where, you know, because we don't have the crystal ball, right? So, what we are talking about really is, you know, if we would monitor extension, retracement extension, right, then this would be the area that we would want to see the market breaks. This would be the relevant high and low, right? On the daily chart. But as you can see, everybody, even a smaller crown appeared on the daily. Okay, because we have here what? We have left tip, center tip, you know, made a lower low, it's the lowest low, and then we have a higher high. Can you see the crown here, everybody? Or we can use head and shoulders just to make it better, you know. And let me see. There you go. So we have a smaller crown, right? Remember, everybody, you need to understand this in order to trade this in the correct way. You cannot, what you must understand, everybody, you cannot trade crowns everywhere and anywhere. Okay, because this is where beginner traders lose money. You have an uptrend like this, you know, you have an uptrend like this, and you are going to short a crown in here. You are going to lose pips and money. Why is that? It's just an example, everybody, and not this one, but this one. Okay? Or I would trade a crown in here. You know? Here you cannot trade crowns everywhere and anywhere because crowns are reversals and they appear, you know, those crowns in here are false crowns. What's the logic, everybody? Why, if I'm going to short a crown in here, I'm going to lose? What's the logic behind this? I'm going to lose for sure, you know? So what's the logic behind this? Everybody? You can say, well, I would lose because I don't know, I don't know what I'm doing, you know. Yeah, fair answer, okay, great, absolutely, you know, fair answer. But there is a logic, you know, a technical, there is a technical reason why you would lose here. What do you think, everybody? What is the technical reason? And don't be shy, everybody, there is no right or wrong, you know. Zuelio says because market is up. Christian says follow the trend. Yes, maybe a little bit more specific answer. If I'm shorting a crown, what am I doing? Trend line. If I'm shorting the market, what am I doing? Exactly, Miguel. Miguel has the answer that was I was looking for, everybody. I would lose because I would short the uptrend. I mean, I would short an uptrend. Okay? You can lose if you are trading retracements. Yes, also, but the logic is what Miguel said. I would lose because I would short an uptrend. So you need to pay attention, everybody. Okay? So don't go just blindly, you know. Oh, there is a crown, I'm going to buy. Well, maybe it's just a retracement of the downtrend. Okay? So talking about relevant highs and lows and the question before, you know, so to be more secure, we would wait for the market to break relevant highs and lows. You know, and we would wait the market, wait, and bam. So this would be the, again, we are not talking about right or wrong, but this would be the crown when we would monitor relevant highs and lows. Okay? Against the long time trend line, yes sir. And if we go back, everybody, from the daily to the weekly, you know, it's exactly the same crown that we draw before. Can you see? It's exactly the same crown. Okay? So you have crowns on all time. You are going to see, everybody, or you can find crowns on all time frames. Okay, you are going to see crowns on the 15-minute chart, 1-hour chart, 2-hour chart, 4-hour chart, 8-hour chart, daily, monthly, weekly. Okay, now we're going to open EuroCAD daily chart. Okay, we're going to compress the chart and we're going to do the same exercise. So, you know, extension, retracement, extension, retracement. Okay, now let's see if we have a crown on the daily. Can you see a crown, everybody, when the market changed the short-term trend? Can you see a crown? Here is the crown. Left tip, center tip, right tip. There you have a crown. Or if you would go with the market wave, you know, extension, retracement, extension, right? So it would go something like this: extension, retracement, extension, retracement, extension, retracement. It doesn't matter, you know, but you must have the market changing lows and highs. So this would be extension, retracement, extension. Okay, so now we have the red, the black, or let's make it yellow. The yellow is the short-term trend, the pink is the market wave, the violet, you know. So I would wait for this crown. Okay, and again, everybody, if it's too complex to maybe understand, really you need to go back and learn when we are teaching you how to spatially see and understand trends inside trends. But just for today, you know, it's what we are trying to show you is that we really do have crowns when the market changes, you know. And the easiest way is to see this on the weekly chart, because there are not too many swings. So weekly chart, okay, weekly chart. So let's go on the weekly chart again, and this will be the long-term uptrend line. Okay, so let's try to find crowns, and left tip, center tip, right tip, crown, crown reversal. Market changed again. When was time? Low to high, high to low, center tip, crown. And when the market reversed, high, low, high, low, high, low, crown. And when the market, so here, everybody, look how crowns are useful, you know. You wouldn't short the market. If you are going to use crowns, you would not short the market in here. Look at the chart very slowly and the circle, and try to find or draw a crown, because you know that crowns are reversal patterns. So do you have a crown in the circle in order to short the market? And of course you don't know, we don't have the crystal ball, right? So the market would be something like this, or maybe something like this. But I'm going to push further, do you have, or do we have a crown? Anurag, hello sir, I am Indian. Hello Anurag, I am Brazilian. How can we help you? Welcome to the club. How can we help you, Anurag? By the way, Alex, are you in the room? Alex? Alex, are you in the room? Aku says, no, we don't have a crown, right? So, if you would, don't get biased, everybody. The weekly chart is just an example. You are going to find this kind of behaviors on all time frames. This could be the 15-minute chart, and this could be the 1-hour chart, and this could be the 2-hour chart and the 4-hour chart. And if you would short the market, right? If you would short the market, what would happen? You have a counter trendline break here with maybe not the best bearish candlestick formation, okay. No crown, no. Exactly. No crown. So crown, it's, if you can learn it well, it's a real safeguard, for not to lose. So where is the crown? Because the market then pushed down, right? And you can see there are all kinds of forms of crowns. So this would be the, and we don't have a crown here either, because we have only this, so this would be a no-go. We would not enter here. I mean, there is no crown, but to go long again, now this would be difficult, right? Because here is the left tip, center, now the right, it's higher high. Let me see if it's a higher high. So this would be a higher high. But nonetheless, there is a crown, crown. Now the last one was easier, we have a left tip, smoother, center tip, right tip, and crown again, and the previous one was like speedy, the market speed up, and here was the crown, okay. So if you compress the chart, everybody, the crown appeared on the weekly, okay, it didn't appear here, but it appeared 95-99% of the time. Okay, so this is theory, this is the live market. And if we go on the smaller time frame, which is the daily, you are going to see crowns everywhere, I mean, as reversals. Let's push on the daily. Okay, let's push on the daily, and let's start from the beginning. Okay, we have here left tip, center tip, crown, and then we go up in here. Now I'm going to draw the short-term trend, alright? Left tip, center tip, and crown. Let's go here. Left tip, center tip, crown. Let's go up in here. The difficult one, everybody. Left tip, center tip, crown. This was the difficult one, but nonetheless it appeared. Changing trend direction, left tip, center tip, crown. Let's go up in here. Left tip, center, low and crown. And the last one, which was difficult even on the daily chart, you know, because the market was so reliant. Left tip, center tip and crown. Okay, so if you compress the chart, everybody, can you see that we have crowns every single time when the market is ready? So those are, of course, you have also the crazy one, you know, but crowns really do appear most of the time. When it's time for the market to reverse, a crown is going to appear. Remember, we have false crowns also. Christian says, what is the difference between head and shoulders and crown, teacher? And Nurak, I always lose, you tell me what I should do. You need to go to the Forex course private classes, Anurak. Everybody, if you are watching the webinars for a year or so, and if you are still losing, then you need to go to the private classes. I trade with a small amount and my account is empty in 1 hour. It's normal, Anurak. Any suggestion? Yes, go to we're going to talk about in a second. Okay, so one more time, Christian is asking what's the difference between, this is the difference, Christian. Yes, risk management is just part of it. Take a screenshot, everybody, of this one. This is the difference, Christian. Crowns compared to head and shoulders are advanced patterns, because in order to see a crown or to identify a crown is going to do a lower low. So this would be the example, everybody. One more time. Head and shoulder does not have a lower low, and the crown it does, and this makes all the difference, Christian and everybody else. Can you see, everybody? Head and shoulders, it's flat. The points of the head and shoulders are flat. The crown must make a lower low or a higher high when it's time to crown. Sorry, I wasn't from the beginning act class. No problem. You can go back to the recording, Christian, but this is the reason. Okay, everybody, happy Friday. Let's talk how to help you, right? Anurag, let's try to help you, and we can help you, everybody, in 4 ways. Anurag, if you want to accelerate your learning curve and not to waste 1 to 3 years, ask for private lessons of the Forex course 101. No problem, Christian. Everybody, you just ask questions, okay? We are here to help you. So, not just Anurag, everybody. If you are here for a year or so and you are still losing, please ask for help. And we can, if you think that you know everything about the Forex course 101, you can go to the next level, which is the Forex course 202, and learn how to trade as a professional trader. And you have somebody, Christian is one, you can ask him about the Forex course 202, you know, if it's good, bad, or difficult, whatever. Anyway, professional traders don't have the same issues that beginner traders have, you know. Wouldn't you agree? Number 2, which is going to go out, we didn't have anybody for quite a time, nobody's asking for number 2, so we're going to leave it out. What is the next level? So how can we help you with number 3? If you are losing time and money, and if you are not capitalizing on the trading opportunities, and especially if you are missing entries and setups, which is important, you might consider trading with a professional charting software next generation and take advantage of technology. And no, it's not a platform. So if you are losing or missing entries and setups, everybody, how can you make money? You can't, right? So you might consider trading with the charting software. Yes, Victor is also here, everybody. He's in the Forex course 202 if you would like to talk to him. Okay. And the next level, number 4, is if you want to trade for an asset manager or hedge fund, ask for incubation, where I will personally allocate the funds for you to trade with. Me, FXPassion, I'm going to allocate personally the money for you to trade. And you will receive 50% of profit share on our money for the first quarter, and then you will receive up to 70% of profit share. No tricks, no hidden costs, nothing, everybody. Show us that you are a good trader and you can build your trading career with us. The only rule is maximum drawdown is 30%. If you want to be part of the FXPassion community, pick 1 or 4. And the bottom line is, if you've been here for a while, everybody, like 1, 2, 3 years, if your way is not working, why don't you try ours? You know, just try. Okay, everybody? Now, talking about questions, what is the software? How can I join private classes? Connect with me, everybody, okay? Because this is a Stohastic webinar and it's not fair for me to talk here. So we are here as Stohastic teachers, you know, okay? So connect with me and then we can talk, okay? We are trying to help you, but we need to be fair with everybody. So Anurag, please connect on Gmail, on Skype, on LinkedIn, okay? Akos, we can talk later, maybe not today, but next week, okay? Okay, everybody, our time is up. See you back on Monday. Today is Friday, so stay strong and relax with passion. See you back on, not Monday, I'm sorry, but Tuesday, okay?